in Ganja Canal emitted a small number of coins of special types, which are represented on this slide, with which weight was also based on the fourth Ganja weight standard. They are shown on the slide. These are F1 type with Shahi with the Yardi's inscription, F2 type Mahmoudi with the words Armenian Lillah, and F3 type Abbasini Niyaza. It is wrong to refer these coins to Qajar, as only highest denominations feature the name of Qajar overload, while the weight system of these coins is original and local. The last coins of Ganja are dated by 1217. Ganja was captured by Russians before Nowruz of 1218, and after that in Canaan immediately terminated local authorities, and the Russian administration did not carry out the coinage in Ganja. Let us proceed to the last section devoted to the coins of Karabakh-Khanate. Karabakh-Khanate was proclaimed in 1748 in the southern part of the former Persian region Ganja-Karabakh. Due to the actions of military units under the leadership of Hanakali, he tried to consolidate in the territory of Karabakh for several times, but only in 1751, when Armenian Melik Shahmazar of Balanda entered into alliance with him, Panak managed to get and renovate the castle in the village of Shushi in the mountains territories belonging to Shahmazar. Due to the key location of Shushi and its inaccessibility, Panak, taking advantage of disagreements among Maliks, soon subordinated them all. He established contacts with Russians and participated in several joint campaigns against Persian rules. Therefore, in 1763, Karim Khan called him to Shiraz, where he was assassinated. He was succeeded by his son Ibrahim Khalil, who ruled until 1806. Compared to other Khanates, the issue of silver coins in Karabakh began very late, only in 1796. This significant lag in 50 years was caused with the fact that Shushi, where Amit was located, was in the hands of Melik Shahmazar, the only major Armenian ally of the Karabakh Khans. The character of patron-client relationship between the Karabakh Khans and Shahmazar is not completely understood, but the control of the Khans apparently did not extend to the entire Shushi quarters. It is important to note that the silver coins by Karabakh Khans could only be minted after the death of Melik Shahmazar in 1797, followed by a choice of Melik convenient to Ibrahim Khalil. So the design of the first silver coins of type A belongs in origin to the coins of the type E1 of Ganja, which served as a prototype for them. The Karabakh coins did not mention the mint either by its actual location in Shushi quarters or by the name of the whole Karabakh region. To name the mint, there was used an honorary epithet, Laka, like in the case of Chublisa of the Shushi fort at Panakaba. It was selected by Ibrahim Khalil in honor of his father, the first Muslim ruler of the fortified part of the Shushi village. As it was mentioned before, the use of honorary epithets was almost obligatory for Persian coins issued in the 18th, 19th century. The fact that the word Panakaba is absent in Turkic sources dated by the time of construction of the fortress proves that this laqab was used only in official normative language rather than as a toponym. In all Turkic sources of Mirza Jamanshir, of Mirza Nizami, and Abbas Khan, there is the fortress is called exclusively Shushi, the same in Russian and Armenian sources. It is obvious that the existence of Panakaba was unstable and limited only in official divine sphere, and comparison of narrative and numismatic evidences indicates the process of retrospective transfer of the name of Panakaba and the period for the Shushi into the geographical reality by Karabakh chronicles only in the late 18th century, and only in the case of explanation of the name of local coins what was Panakabadis. We certainly do not think that the reason why the coins were called Panakabadi was bonded with the producing at a newly opened mint, as since 1747 Kuba, Shaki, Nufi started with these coins for the first time, but this did not lead to appearance of coins with the names of these cities. We think that Panakabadis were called by the mint name due to the isolation from the previous Iranian Abbasis, unlike, for example, the weight of the Ganja Abbasis, and from the weight system of later reality. So the coins of subtype A1, component for 1209, 1214, the distribution of the weight was By model, there were a group of light coins and a group of heavy coins. After 1212, only heavy Kanakabatis were minted. Despite the fact that it's extremely important to analyze the evidence of Barhevich Basanias, who witnessed the circulation of Canadian coins in Caucasus and indicated the following 2 coins in Karabakh in 1814. Sahib Kirani of 1/3 of the ruble and Panahabadi of 1/6 of the ruble. Revaluation through the silver content in the ruble and the weight of Karabakh coins show the coins of type A are exactly Panahabadis. Panahabadi of light weights amounted to 1/8 of Iranian rupee, whereas the weight of heavy Panahabadis is very close to the weight of 10 copies of Catherine II. We do not know any specific names for the light and heavy Panahabadi, and we can offer only figurative names as the rupee Panahabadi and ruble Panahabadi respectively. The fact that the Karabakh coin followed Iranian and Russian standards is not surprising, since Ibrahim Khalil on the one hand actively expressed his pro-Russian orientation and held negotiations with Russian officials. On the other hand, being under Persian influence, he tried to ensure the convenient circulation of his Panahabadis in Iran. This is confirmed by the Karabakh Manat of Mirza Yusuf, who listed 2 Karabakh pounds in units. The Karabakh Manat that has a ruble of 6 ruble Panahabadis in Karabakh of 8 ruble. In 1211, Aga Muhammad Khan Qajar carried out a military expedition to Azerbaijan in South Caucasus. He occupied Shushi, which Ibrahim Khalil ran away from, and here was assassinated. His successor in Persia, Fatali Shah, wanted Ibrahim Khan to surrender, which he actually did. However, according to numismatic data, coins with the name of Fatali Shah struck only in 1215. The fact of this delay caused by the annexation of Georgian kingdom into the Russian Empire. The coins of type B with the name of Fatali Shah, who was Sahib Kirani, called later as Sahib Kirani. And the Karabakh peacefully became a part of Russian Empire as semi-independent administrative entity and preserved the right to strike its own coins. And after the enthronement of Mahdi Kuli by the receipt of Alexander I, the type D, the unique type, was struck especially for this event. Coins of the last type, the E, in the end, I have to say, featured the unique ruble in Farsi, known only for these coins. Previously, it was mentioned as a distorted distic or carrying pound, but if we compare the way it's written on the few coins, we will get the following restored inscription: Benam Sahib Az-Zamani, Nugram Sikhe Sahib Kirani. In the name of the stamp of Sahib Az-Zamani, the Sahib Kirani minted in honor. While the coins of Karabakh issued before affiliated with Russia are quite rare, the number of coins minted in Canada during the Russian period is much bigger. According to Tiflis chief superintendent Georg von Rosen, this is explained by the fact that the Karabakh, as well as other Khans who had the right to mint the coins, much destroyed our silver rubles, turning them into money of poor quality, covering the region. After June of 1823, local coinage of silver in Karabakh was completely terminated, and the market was filled with only Russian Georgian coins. Thank you for attention.
Спасибо большое. Пожалуйста, какие вопросы Александру Владимировичу и Павлу Николаевичу?
Thank you so much for the presentation. I'll return to the issue of T issues, actually, which shows the slide. I've already published all the T issues, the Ganji Canada T issues, the so-called Tiflis issues. I've already expressed my opinion on these 3 issues in tweet, in a Russian language article published in the Epigraphic of Vostok, the Epigraphics of the Orient. So actually I don't have any more arguments, but since the article was in Russian and not in English, and for the convenience of the audience, I would like to repeat my arguments. There is no doubt that King Erechta II had a lot of pretensions with the Ganja Canada. That's correct. But I humbly would claim or would say that I don't think that this is a valid argument to claim that these three issues were issued, that these three coin types were issued in Tiflis and constituted the, let's call it, maybe the Georgian propaganda issues. Because, my arguments were as follows, and still are as follows. There is no Georgian legend on them. There is no name of Georgian king. There is nothing to relate them to Georgia, to the East Georgian kingdom, and neither the mint name, and nothing basically, except for the cartouche and the legend on one of the tribes. So for the population, for whoever was constituted the audience, the consumers of this coinage, this would not have served. Yes, of course, Georgians were claiming, had claims about the Ganja Khanate because of some historical reasons, whatever, it's not that important now, but I don't think that this is valid enough to claim that these coins were minted in Tiflis. I, postulated and conjectured, I'm not quite sure that I was right, but there were, I was pretty, and I'm still pretty sure that they were minted in Ganja, but why minting coins of different types in more or less the same years? I had a theory, just a theory, I'm not claiming anything more, that they were minted at different means which were rented by several local businessmen, so to say. That was my opinion, and I would like to repeat it for the convenience of the audience. I thought that my arguments were convenient enough, just don't say anything which will not even name, not even Tiflis. And I have a second issue as well.
Maybe for the first there is no any Georgian inscriptions on the Georgian coins of this time. So this is not argument. But on the let me explain, on the silver coins. We don't have any Georgian inscriptions on the Georgian coins of this time. So this is not argument. We have the whole reports of Russians from Georgia